Yeah, yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of That's My Story. We give you guys just a couple of moments to get in and get situated. If you're anything like me, you probably want to grab a snack and grab a beverage and have a little sit down while we have a live interactive chat with the ladies of Skyy coming on in just a moment.
Yes.
If this is your first time joining us for That's My Story, ladies and gentlemen, we are the hottest internet sensation to date, where we sit down and have a live interactive chat with some of your favorite artists, musicians, producers, composers, and whatnot. And even last week we had a psychic medium on, so we've broadened our horizons here and there, and we're so excited to have you. So excited to have you. We sit down with them and we take a little ride and cover their journey in their particular industry. We go from start to finish. So Let me introduce to you my talented co-hosts, starting with at the bottom of your screen here, we have a talented singer, dancer, entertainer. She represents the Honeycomb as well as the Ikettes. She is also the wife of Mr. Verdine White, who is a founding member of Earth, Wind, and Fire, as well as legendary bass player. Please welcome Miss Shelly Clark White, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Shelly.
At the top of your screen, we have representing the Chairman of the Board. He is a talented musician. His specialty is the saxophone, of course. He's also a vocalist, a producer, and a arranger. And he's a member of the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame, and he's one of the kings of Carolina beach music. Please help me welcome Mr. Ken Knox.
Ken Knox.
Yeah.
As they say, here we go.
All right.
Hey, thanks for the kind words. So listen, let me introduce the man of the hour. Okay. Every hour that we're on here, he heads it up. He speaks well.
Thank you.
He's a great musician. He happens to be our. So what now, Shelly?
And a rapper.
That's right. He also raps. Nobody knows it, but he also raps. So, and he happens to be our the musical director, but chairman of the board, Mr. Jerry Midas Hardison.
Thank you. Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, once again, please drop us a comment and let us know where you are tuning in from. We like to kind of go back and gauge where our reach is being extended to. Definitely drop us a comment. And we do have a portion of the show coming up later where we will acknowledge you guys as well as address your questions. And we will have some live responses and comments for you guys.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, just want to remind you also that if you have any issues with Facebook, if you're on Facebook right now and you find yourself having an issue throughout the program and you get booted or you get blacked out, please join us over on our YouTube channel, which is the official Chairman of the Board page. And most of you should be subscribed to that page anyway. If not, go on over and you can take care of that little tidbit of business right now. All right. Okay, it's time for our weekly toast.
Hold on.
Yes. We got a toast. It's tradition to sit down every Thursday with our extended family all across the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a toast to episode 30 of That's My Story. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll wet my whistle for that.
Hey, before you do that, Midas.
Sure.
Let's do this. A shout out to Teresa Anderson for providing us with these beautiful. Well, I got a mug. Y'all got what you got? Let's see. You got
wine glasses.
Y'all got wine glasses.
Kid had a wine glass, but he's gonna resort to the mug today.
But I had a moment where. But shout out to Teresa Anderson for providing us with these beautiful mugs.
Yes, y'all. All right. Well, it looks like we're about ready, folks. I think we covered all the house cleaning at the top of the show, and we don't want to keep you guys waiting. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this trio of sisters are famously known for laying their silky smooth vocal harmonies over funky rhythm tracks. They have been likened to the sounds of the Emotions, as well as Earth, Wind, and Fire. They have been in the music industry for almost 40 years and have recorded 10 top 20 albums. They have toured the world performing such hits as First Time Around, Here's to You, Real Love, and of course the smash hit Call Me. They have made numerous TV appearances and have been the recipients of numerous awards, such as the Lifetime Achievement Award from the National R&B Music Society, amongst others. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise at home while we make some noise on the screen for Denise, Dolores, and Benita, the ladies of Skyy.
Yes.
Hey, guys.
Yes.
Hello, ladies. How y'all doing today?
Good. Wonderful.
All right.
Great. We like those glasses. We like those glasses.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes,
We gotta get you hooked up.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. I want one.
Yeah. All right.
yes. Definitely. We need to definitely make that happen. I know we're in the process of getting some done, so we're gonna do our best to get that done for you.
Cool beans.
Yeah. So as we were discussing a little bit in the virtual green room before we came on, you know, our show was born out of since COVID-19 became a pandemic, a global pandemic. And we as musicians and entertainers, we kind of had to reinvent ourselves a little bit to stay visible with our fan base. Of course, spending more time at home and all of those things. How have you guys been keeping busy during this pandemic?
Well, I been spending time with my two boys here with my husband, Austin, and trying to keep them on the straight and narrow, making sure that folks get jobs, you know.
Indeed.
I got a 19-year-old and a 21-year-old, and of course Zeus the Wonder Dog. So all we've been trying to do is just make sure everybody's safe and that everybody stays focused in terms of just making sure you keep planning, because just because the pandemic is going on, now that the windows have opened up a little bit, we're trying to just keep them engaged. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. What about you guys, Dolores and Benita?
I've been spending time with this crazy cat I told you about.
That's right.
And still working from home with my office. I mean, my daughter lives in Pennsylvania, so I mean, she's sort of like, got her family all straightened together. But it's just me and Puff.
Yeah. Okay. Benita.
Well, I've been spending time being an honorary teacher.
Yes, me too.
Because my granddaughters are, remote learning. So actually, it's really just myself and my husband. And fortunately, my granddaughters and my son live right down the street.
Okay.
So I get to see them often, or if my son wants something out my house, I just throw it out the window.
Throw it out the window. I understand.
Yeah, just pitch it out. Tell them come to the window, and I'll throw it out.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
that's basically, that's some project stuff. But that's basically what
that's straight up project.
I get to do, and that's usually 2 or 3 days out of the week, but it usually doesn't stop after 3:15 because somebody's always calling me asking me about an assignment.
Yes.
So that's basically, like Denise said, just keeping everything moving and keeping busy.
Yeah.
I've been really impressed with Bonnie, actually, with them two girls, because one's in 8th grade. And Nika's in what? Nika's in 6th, right?
6th grade, yes.
Yeah, Nika's in the 6th grade, and Jalee's in 8th grade. And the 8th grade curriculum, my goodness, is kind of that algebra and all that kind of stuff is a bit.
And it wasn't the algebra from 1968 either.
No.
I look at Riz at math, and I look at their math, and I'm like,
yeah. I would say my son is doing 2nd grade virtual learning, and the other day he had a 4-step math problem.
Yeah,
starting them earlier. They're starting them earlier.
Why does it have to be so many dad blasted steps?
Yes, indeed.
I said I could do it in one.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. When I was taking algebra in high school, it wasn't that difficult. It wasn't all of this and that and this and that and the third.
Indeed,
Right.
indeed.
Right.
Yes. But it seems like you guys are making the most of your time
Oh,
with the limited access that we have to our stages that we are accustomed to.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, listen, that's all we can do. You know what I'm saying? You just try to find other ways to be creative, and nothing's going anywhere. It's just a matter of channeling your energies in a different direction. That's all.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, you guys were born in Brooklyn, New York.
Yes,
Yes. Born and raised in Brooklyn. Well, our parents. My mom was from Little Rock, Arkansas, and our dad was from Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Oh my God!
Oh, your dad's
Oh,
from
wow.
Orangeburg.
Okay.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
and that nice lady you see in the other picture, that's our grandma Sarah.
Okay.
We
dad's
spent
mom.
a lot of time. Our grandmother on our father's side, we spent a lot of time in her house growing up.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so
Okay.
they moved to Brooklyn, got together in Brooklyn and raised us in Lafayette Gardens. But first in Gowanus Projects, right?
Yes.
We started out in Gowanus Projects. And then we moved to Lafayette Gardens when I was like 10 years old. And
July 27th, 1962.
yes, Doris
It was the week after I turned 9. That's how I know. That's how I know.
Yes, that's
I
right.
remember.
That's right.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
We loved our Brooklyn. We loved growing up in Brooklyn.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Yes, Shelly.
oh yeah,
That's right,
Shelly.
Shelly.
That's why Shelly's a Brooklyn girl too.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when did you guys start developing an interest in or a passion for music and singing and things like that?
Well, you know what? Our parents on Saturday, it was cleanup day.
Oh yeah.
And our dad used to get up and put on those 33s, LPs, and the record player,
Yeah.
Got you.
and the hi-fi. And we just, my mom and my dad and all of us were getting there cleaning and singing,
Yeah.
And then it just spilled over to the three of us. And our mom had a long full-length mirror on her closet door. And the three of us would get in front of the mirror and start singing. I mean, we'd be singing 3 different songs, and my poor mother
at the same time.
at the same time. We would drive her crazy.
The competition, even then.
Yeah.
She sent us in our rooms, but
Okay.
we just gained a love for singing, and then watching Ed Sullivan and Ted Mack Amateur Hour and all of those, variety shows back then.
Even the Mouseketeers, Barney. We used to love watching all of those entertainers, and that was a big inspiration for us too.
Yeah.
Seeing young people dancing and singing
Yeah, we loved that.
practice all those moves and all that kind of stuff. So we were oriented really early to performing.
And our dad's sister sang opera. She had this beautiful contralto voice. Oh my goodness! And she
Aunt Sadie.
several different plays, and she had a friend named Adelaide that did a production of I can't remember the name of the play, but she had a gorgeous voice, and Auntie Sadie was just so like
that contralto voice of hers was.
She encouraged us a lot.
Yeah, she did.
Wow.
But she gave us our first reel-to-reel tape recorder.
Okay.
Story about that.
Okay. Now, if you guys don't mind me asking, what's you guys' birth order? Who's the oldest and who's the youngest?
We're not gonna tell you.
Are you not gonna...
I'm the oldest.
Okay.
And I'm the middle.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm the youngest.
I'm always in the middle.
Okay, that'll help us as well as the audience at home kind of have a little extra perspective on what's going on, Absolutely.
Yes. But we're really close in age. At one point in a year, we're exactly a year apart because my mom really believed in girls having children, more than one child. She never wanted to have just an only child. So she said, that way with 3 of you, you always have somebody to play with and you always have somebody to be around. So, and we're really grateful, especially now at this stage of our lives, to have each other.
Indeed. Well, it seems like you guys definitely had a rich and loving, upbringing as far as your childhood and your family is concerned.
Oh, definitely.
We were very fortunate. Very fortunate. to have two parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her dad was a bus driver, and
Mommy
mommy
stayed at home.
was a homemaker.
Oh
Yeah,
my
there
God.
he is. There's that handsome guy.
With Denise in his
Her
arms.
dad was a bus driver, and our mom was a homemaker. But boy, she was a talented seamstress,
Really?
Oh, yeah.
carpenter. She,
Wow.
I mean, she did it
Reupholstered
all. She
furniture.
made that transit check work. Okay.
Wow.
Denise, you said we was gonna keep it real.
That's right, honey.
Well-
she made that transit check work.
That's awesome.
Wow.
He wasn't
Well,
playing.
first
She
of all-
taught us all how to sew at an early age too. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
by the time you was ready to sit underneath that sewing machine, her sewing machine had a knee pedal, which I have right now in my storage room.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't the first one. This is like the second one. But she taught you how to sew, even if it was just simply an apron or a front and back skirt with elastic in the waistline. You was going to know how to survive and keep yourself in clothes,
That's right.
no
That's
matter
right.
what.
That's
That's
right.
how it was.
Wow.
Hey, I've got to ask. First of all, I'm honored that you guys are on the show. Big fan
Yes.
Thank you.
of Ladies of Skyy. So
Yes.
I want to talk about your school years. It's my understanding that you guys did a lot of talent shows. Is that true?
We
Oh, yeah.
sure did. We sure did. We went to a high school in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. FDR,
Oh, wow.
that's
Yeah.
right.
FD to the R.
High school.
Right.
It was probably the best experience of our lives. First of all, it was a brand new school when
Wow.
we did.
And what you
Yeah.
speak
It opened up in 1965. It was brand spanking
Yeah.
new.
Wow.
And we
Okay.
had an amazing music program in that
Mhm.
school. We had a woman by the name of Antoinette Lind, and we just stayed in any kind of chorus we could possibly be in: mixed chorus, girls chorus, boys chorus, you name it. We were in it, right?
Put our 2 cents
Yeah.
in. And
Right.
when you look at that picture and you see those black doors, when we first
Yeah.
went to that school, all of that black doors, those were glass.
Oh, wow.
And we used to hang out in that hallway and
It was a
harmonize
foyer.
and sing.
Yeah.
Because they
Oh,
had,
yeah.
again, a super rich music program in the school, but they also had productions called Sing back then.
Oh, yeah.
So in addition
Yep.
to being members of chorus,
Yeah.
we also participated in the Sings. And then every year they did a full-fledged talent show because
Right.
they had a band, they had an orchestra, they had a jazz band. I mean, it was
Wow.
just musically,
Yeah.
that school just really was the platform for us to becoming
Yeah.
professional singers, really,
Mhm.
because they
Absolutely.
trained us so well, you know?
Absolutely.
Indeed.
So, when you entered the talent show, you guys had a fourth girl with you. I think you
Yes.
guys were called Sounds of Soul.
Yes.
We were, well, when we first, wow. That was a picture from the Miss Black America State Finals in New York.
Wow.
In 1973.
Right. And that was the
All right.
first time we sang with Brass Construction. My mother made those dresses.
Oh man. Okay.
But
Who's
it was
the
odd about-
fourth girl?
The fourth girl was our classmate and friend of ours named Deborah Hunter. No, well, she wasn't a hunter then.
Okay.
Okay.
Deborah James. Deborah James.
James.
Shame.
Right, Deborah
We had
James.
known her since 4th grade.
It was funny
Wow.
because it was Denise, Dolores, and Deborah. Because I didn't
Okay.
go to the school at that time.
And we were the 3Ds
Okay.
back then.
Yeah.
And I played in the band
Okay.
in my school. I was a clarinet player.
Really?
Okay.
And I went to their first talent show and I
Mhm.
said, that's what I want to do.
Mm.
And so
Right.
the next year they snuck me in.
Sure did.
He wasn't
Okay.
even
I
going
wasn't
to
even,
school
I
then.
didn't even go to the school.
Oh, okay.
wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
she was in junior high school,
Right.
so she hadn't quite,
Oh.
matriculated up
To
to
high school.
up to high school yet. But listen,
Yeah.
we was trying to win that talent show, man. We wasn't.
Oh
It
yeah.
means necessary.
We knew Bonnie
Listen.
could sing, so we brought her in right away.
And she was taller than me,
yeah.
so
Awesome.
that nobody questioned it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think you guys were singing songs. Were you influenced by Supreme, Shirelles, and Temps and the Tops?
Temps and the Tops. Oh my goodness.
Tops. You
Oh,
name it.
the moment. I mean, the first song we ever sang at the talent show was "You Got Me Going in Circles."
Oh,
Oh yeah.
That was one of our songs. And what
Right.
else? Was first?
But you
Second,
remember,
that emotion.
we did Dry Your Eyes.
Try
Oh
your
my
eyes.
goodness.
That was good in tabulations, wasn't it?
Oh
Oh
man,
my
yeah.
goodness.
I remember
Yeah.
them. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And we sang it in 4-part harmony.
Harmony.
Oh
Really?
wow.
Ooh,
Blew
I can
everybody's mind.
And
Wow.
Old
Wait, how
Man
about-
River was also one of our favorites.
Yep.
Old Man River by the Temptations was also one of
Wow.
our all-time favorite songs to sing because girls were not doing that. That was very
I know.
unusual
Is
to have
I
females.
just got cold chills when you said you sang that song. 'Cause
Oh, no,
girls
we
didn't do that.
Oh no.
We sang it too.
Yes, we did. And we
Yeah.
actually had the opportunity to sing it with Dennis Edwards.
Dennis Edwards.
Oh,
Believe it or not, we did a show
Wow.
with them, and
Oh, wow.
we started telling them the story about
Yeah.
how we used to sing it. And he said, "Really? Let me hear you sing it." And we was like, "Oh, you ain't said nothing but a word,
That's
brother."
right.
Wow.
And sadly, everybody was so shocked, nobody filmed it. But
Oh,
trust
oh,
me when
yeah.
I tell you, we did it.
yeah.
Well, I bet you never had any idea that this would lead to this career that you have.
Wow,
Yes,
I
yes.
tell you, we could have hardly imagined that meeting Randy Muller, really, you know what I mean? Because we were
Right.
doing this for
Right.
fun. For the longest time, it was just about fun. Now, interestingly, we almost did get a record deal through our musical director at our school, who was closely associated with Motown.
Larry Bernstein.
And he
That's the
tried
next
to.
segment.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the next segment.
Yeah. But hold on.
Denise,
That's
you're
the
reading
next-
our minds over here.
Oh, hold
Yeah,
that
you reading
thought.
out my
We had the psychic meeting them on last week.
yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I know, right?
I'm kidding.
So, did you know? He was closely connected with Motown, but did he go and talk to your mother at one point?
Did he? And I can tell you exactly what mommy, she listened because she was that woman. She listened very patiently and said, no. We're going to finish school first.
Yeah.
she said, "My girls are not going to be out there with those wild people performing in nowhere, and my eyeballs are not upon them." No.
That's right.
And you know what? I have to say that we appreciated that that she knew who we were and how youthful and young and innocent and naive that we were. All we wanted to do was sing. That was just the thing. We didn't ever think of it as a business. We just think of it as fun.
Right.
Right.
So it was okay. We got over that.
Yeah.
And realized she did what she felt was in our best interest.
And it was.
So instead, we're singing at lots of weddings and lots of block parties, right? And in 1974, were you guys babysitting for the director of the pageant?
Yes, that was
And
was
is that how
73,
you guys
I think.
were invited to sing with
Stanley Burton. I'll never forget him. Stanley Burton. He lived on the 7th floor in the building we grew up in, and we used to babysit his kids. And
Right.
Stanley was always trying to put his fingers in every kind of pie, right, buddy? Stanley was always Stanley wanted to. He lived vicariously through everybody else's fame.
Yeah.
So he actually put us on the show and basically told Randy Muller. He hired Randy Muller as the musical director for the pageant, and said, "I got these girls. I got these girls. They're gonna sound great." And Randy was like, "Okay, that's what they all say." And,
Yeah.
and then that's when we did the Old Man River, and he was like, they can't sing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was the picture that you showed with us in those black and white gowns. That was
Okay.
in 1973. Matter of fact, it was at the Commodore Hotel.
I think so.
Okay.
But
Laris remembers these things. She kills me. She kills me. She remembers all these
that
things.
was the catalyst for us
That's why we
doing.
keep her around, because she remembers everything.
Yeah, that's great.
That was the taking off point, really, for us with Randy.
Right.
Because after that, we started opening for Brass Construction at their shows,
Right.
but while they were recording their first album, and so when they did shows, we would open for them, and
we would sing with them.
when their album came out, it was so many of us that we had to kind of split, but fortunately, Randy did keep us around because some of the albums, some of the songs on some of the albums that they did, we did background.
Nice.
Awesome.
And
Nice.
is that when you all were named De La Ray? When was that named?
Dyla Ray. Dyla Ray came from Deborah's middle name was Diane. My middle name is Laverne.
Okay.
And Bonnie's middle name is Ray. So that's where Dyla Ray came from. Dyla Ray.
And every other letter
song.
LR, which is every other letter in my name.
It's her, right? It's her name.
Right. Because she doesn't have a middle name.
Mommy couldn't think of one.
I wasn't blessed with one.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing how these great great connections led to great opportunities for you guys. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah. And speaking of great connections, wasn't it through Randy Muller that you guys met Solomon Roberts in 1976?
Yep.
Yeah. What role did he play that led to creating the group that became Skyy?
Well, it's interesting. It's funny. Solomon was always hanging around Randy, but we knew him more so as a photographer because he always had his camera and he was always taking pictures. And then we got to know him. We just thought he was just this funny guy always hanging around, Right. But soon we found out that he actually was a musician as well. And when Randy and their Brass's group, they got their record deal, he said, well, I'll tell you what, I want you guys to, start working with Solomon. So we're like, working with Solomon? What does he do? We thought all he did was take pictures. And he was like, no, Solomon actually was playing drums at the time.
Oh, okay.
So he was working with Butch Sierra, the lead guitarist, Gerald Lebone. Actually, we had a different bass player. Gerald wasn't even in the group.
No, it was.
Oh my goodness!
Butch Miller.
See, that's why we keep her around.
Funny enough, my supervisor at work is cousin to Butch Miller and his family.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay. That's
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So Solomon had like this kind of ragtag fleet of guys at the time. But that's when we were doing like a lot of neighborhood stuff in New York, Brooklyn. We did a lot of shows with them.
Yeah.
Okay. Benita, you gonna say something?
Yeah, we used to do like a lot of little clubs, dances, stuff like that with, Saul. And Saul was a great writer.
Okay.
So that in turn, when he realized that we were all actually a good fit, then he started writing and decided that we were going to become a group.
Yeah. So at this time, did you guys have like a few more members to the band once you started running into, say, like Randy and Solomon? Did you have an 8 or 9 piece?
Well, yeah. In the beginning, we even had a conga player. Remember, Mike Palmier, Butch Miller. There was another Butch in there. We had, it was about 8 members in the original band that we worked with Solomon. But then, by the time we actually came around to, forming the group Skyy, then Butch Sierra was always the guitar player. And then Solomon at the time was playing drums, interestingly enough, and basically taught himself guitar.
Really?
Yeah.
Rhythm guitar.
Rhythm guitar,
nice.
Now, and legend has it that initially Skyy had one Y and then a second Y got added.
Well, you know, when we were sitting around thinking about what we were going to call ourselves, I just remember Saul, and I still see his face saying, "And we'll put an extra Y at the end for good measure." Yeah, so no, it was always a 2Y concept from minute one.
I got you. Okay, well that clears up that clears up the misconception.
Yeah, no, it was always 2 Ys.
Okay, and also, and then 1978, you guys signed to Tazz Cole Records.
Yes.
And then in 1979, you released your first single titled "First Time Around."
Yes.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that record and you know, how that started building momentum for you guys at that time.
Well, my goodness, that was the height of the disco club era, and Randy really was quite inventive with that song. He really had a mastery over all of those sound effects and all that kind of stuff that made that so interesting. And it also had a little bit of an otherworldly kind of sound, you know, so it kind of fit in with the whole Skyy concept as well. And so we were really like kind of surprised that it took off the way that it did.
Yeah.
I remember we did that show.
Soap Factory.
The outfits with those beautiful
Soap Factory.
Yeah, Soap Factory.
Yeah. And that's when we had the outfits from the first album cover when we were coming to sing. The first album cover. And as a matter of fact, I think Randy Muller's wife at the time designed those for us.
Right.
Yeah.
It was,
so that was just kind of nice to pop out the box with such a nice little hit. You know what I mean? A club hit.
A club hit, because it was the DJs that really.
So the clubs, the DJs got it.
There was the DJs that really made that first time around a very popular.
So Larry Levan lost his mind and did some like five minutes mix, and we was like, okay. When we got ready to do a show, it's like, okay, which one are we doing? Larry's doing hours, or what are we doing? Because Larry Levan had it so long, it was like going on and on and on. And when we did, I think it was Studio 54, and I think 2 Tons of Fun, and Sylvester walked into the room. We were like,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Awesome. Now, is it true that Tazz Cole Records was the first record company to put out 12-inch vinyls?
I believe they were. That was, I think, Joe Batan's bright idea, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
Because Joe Batan was really instrumental in, you know, guiding them on various levels in terms of, you know, the type of product that they should put out. So, so they got wise to that. Well, because the DJs, that's all they want.
Right.
They'll take two 12 inches, please.
Yes, and you have to remind folks this is before CDs and streaming and all of that stuff.
Right?
We forget,
absolutely.
Like players and
we were still working on cassettes back then.
Yes.
Oh
indeed. Yes, and First Time Around also made it to number 20 on the R&B charts.
Yes.
It sure did. And
if you ladies don't mind, we would like to play a video of that song.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Here we go.
think that was one of the Larry LeBand mixes.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
was.
that was
It has-
a Larry LeBand mix.
Listen,
it has
That was
plenty
that's
of room
the-
to dance.
that was the era of the extended mix.
Oh,
Yes, it was.
What comes to my mind is Tom Moulton. Y'all familiar with him?
Tommy, yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he was the king. He invented that extended mix.
Oh,
You know, but hey, the thing that I heard somewhere where you guys have this thing called Brooklyn Funk. Can you explain to our audience what Brooklyn Funk is?
Man, Brooklyn Funk. Well, I guess it would include not only Skyy. We were considered the babies of the bunch because we were the last group to come out of Brooklyn as a performing group. So Brass Construction came out first, and then Crown Heights Affair. Was also part of that. And who am I leaving out? I'm leaving
BT
out
Express.
BT Express.
Because Randy
Express.
wrote the
That's
flute
right.
line for a couple of songs and that BT Express did.
Yeah. So that's that Brooklyn Funk. And you know, it's interesting. It's very few people really talk about the Brooklyn Funk. We've been trying to like sort of resurrect it on so many occasions, especially with Morris Price of Brass Construction. You know, he's like tried to pitch the idea of just doing a full Brooklyn Funk type of a show, you know. And who knows, when this pandemic is over, it might be something to reconsider, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of good music, a lot of good dance.
It is. And all those acts that you mentioned, BT Express, Crown Heights Affair, I hadn't heard that in a while. You're right. All you guys were at the same time.
Yeah.
Same time period.
When we were all we all knew one another. We all traveled in
the same
circles.
Because
throughout.
One of the guys from Crown Heights Affair lived next door to our best friend Daryl's mom.
Yeah,
Anderson lived next door.
Well, we're all from Brooklyn, so you know how that is.
Absolutely.
Daryl's mom's house, we would always see Anderson, and the other guys would always be there. So we were just this one big happy Brooklyn family.
And it was a sound. It was the sound.
Yeah, describe the sound.
Brooklyn. You know, Brooklyn has a sound and a feel of its own. Shelly knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It has a sound and a feel of its own. So, and I believe that, like Denise said, it would be great, you know, when all of this is over. So for people to really hear that, you know, because funk was funk now.
Oh, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what's good about you guys? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's defined by that bass. You know what I'm saying? That bass line is what creates it, and then that rhythm comes in. And if you notice with Brass Construction, you know, it's that driving chords. You know what I'm saying? Plus, Brass, of course, had the horn section to kind of bolster it. But again, it's a time, as you guys well know, when musicians were musicians.
There you go. There you go. But for me, it's you guys, your sweet vocals on top of that.
Aww.
You know, that really that's what was, nobody was really doing that, you know, except you guys and the emotions.
Right.
And the honeycomb. And the honeycomb.
Well, hey,
gotta put the honeycomb in there.
We're not worthy.
Right. But you know, you know, the sound that you guys had with your sweet vocals on top of that funk, it was incredible. So in 1980, you guys released Skyport.
Yeah.
Right? And I think you had a single, your second single was Here to You.
Yes. Here's to You. Oh my goodness. What a happy song. I mean, to this day, when we perform that song, people just go crazy. I mean, because this is what I think was just that time period. All music was happy music. Yeah. Right. And it's one of those songs. I mean, we've done it for people at their weddings, at the baby showers, at the you know, you can use practically any occasion to say "Here's to You."
Yeah,
right. It's a celebratory type of a thing. You know what I mean?
And it actually was one of the hardest songs for us to do in the studio.
Really?
Because a lot of it was in unison.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the vocals were in unison.
And we were not used to that.
Weren't used to singing in unison and had to learn how to sing on a lower register, first of all. And then to sing in unison, and was so glad when we got to the harmony part. So it was one of those songs that was really kind of hard when we first started doing it in the studio. But like Denise said, once we really started to get into that 10th day in the studio.
I was going to say, darn that Randy Muller, because
because of that inflection of the "here's to you," he wanted specific, he wanted it on point, and nobody could be a second slower than the other.
I'm
having nightmares. I'm having nightmares.
You know, producers will wear you out.
Say it again, Ken. Say it again.
Yeah, the producers will wear you out.
We wanted to string him up several times.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I was curious real quick. Kid, I'm sorry. Did you guys go to the microphone at the same time or at different times when you recorded? Same time. Okay.
We would. And then what Randy would do. So and when it came to the harmonies, even so we know the order of our voices. Dolores is the soprano, Bonnie's the soprano, I'm the alto. But Randy would then switch notes. Okay, so he would have, because of the quality of the sound would change if you make me sing something higher or you make Bonnie sing something lower.
Yes.
You know, just when you thought it was safe, he would switch everything around.
Gotcha.
So,
he knew what he was. He knew
the catalyst of where the Skyy vocals sounded different, because we did switch and sing each other's notes.
Gotcha.
So I think that's where the sound, when people hear us sing, they know it's us, and even to this day, depending upon, I said, look, I can't sing that note tonight, so you gonna have to sing it
today.
It worked out. You know, it worked out to our benefit that we can switch notes.
Awesome.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I think the song was number 25 on the dance and R&B charts, and of course we have a video for that.
Here's to you.
Here's to you.
That was our tuxedo and white gloves era.
Yes,
that's nice.
We threw away so many white gloves into the audience that year when we did that song.
We used to buy them by the box.
made sure that we had cases of those white gloves, because we would take our gloves off at the end of the song and throw them into the audience.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Yeah.
Y'all had money.
Now we had a big boxes of white gloves. That's
right. Trust me, Ken.
He was out there collecting them gloves, honey. There would have been no throwing away no gloves.
Yeah. And if you put some lipstick on it, men lost their minds.
Hey,
that's right. That's how we were selling records.
That's right.
Nice.
You know, all the tricks of the trade.
Yes. We know how to get to them.
Yes.
Great wardrobe. Okay, so in 1980, we move forward. Did you guys do a tour with Parliament Funkadelic? Honeycomb was we were fortunate to be able to work with George Clinton in Parliament at the Apollo. And but you got also toured with Rick James, is that right?
Yeah, we did that too.
Let me tell you something.
Tell us about that.
Let me tell you something. We were so, now this was one of the shows that we did with Rick at the Beacon Theater. But I remember us being like on in Texas or something like that, like when we first got on the tour with Rick.
Yeah.
And we were so nervous because, you know, Rick was an icon. And we were just the new kids on the block. And we're like, man, he's got that kinky girl stuff. And he's got, he's going to, you know, we're going to get slaughtered. But, you know, he brought our A game. And I mean, we didn't get on that show for no reason. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
And I'll never forget that he came side stage and he was just standing there checking us out. And he's like, good show, y'all. Good show. And that meant the whole world to us. You know what I'm saying? Coming from him. So that was the king of funk right there. So now and he was appreciating it, you know. Plus, we had a great stage show. You know, we weren't just up there, just, you know, singing and swinging. You know, we moved around. We had quite a choreography.
Yeah, there was a lot of moving around, and that was the days before contact lenses. So it was like no glasses.
With the glass.
There was no
no glass.
There was no cordless mics. So you had to make sure you knew exactly where those wires were.
Wow.
You had to make sure you knew where the mic wires were. Then you could come across that wire without busting your behind.
Wow.
Right.
And glasses were on side stage. As soon as we came on stage, it was like, where's my glasses?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, been there.
He is so right. We used to go out there, no glasses,
flying blind,
the front row. You know what I'm saying? Flying blind.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
Oh man, Dolores.
Oh yeah, I remember jumping over them wires, child. Please.
But the guys used to take tape, gaff tape.
Oh,
and put it at in front of the mics. And tell us not to go past there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's how we knew.
So good.
Not to fly off that stage.
Yeah. Our crew was very helpful. We had the best road crew.
Because they knew we were blind. So.
And they wanted to keep us safe. So they were like family. They weren't just the band and the crew. The crew was always family to us too. So you know, it's like
they were keeping a job.
Yes.
You can't let you guys get hurt.
No.
And we used to get their food. You won't believe that we would go back and collect plates and everything because they would usually be spending so much more time, you know, setting up and a lot of time.
Awesome.
But honey, that's because it's three sisters. We operated as a family on the road.
Yes.
You know,
That's beautiful.
My sisters made sure that their little food was set up, their little drinks and everything was set up. So when they got off stage, you know, finished doing that hard work because they was working hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they had a meal. Exactly.
We looked out.
That's awesome.
Well, they used to lead me on stage too.
So you already know, Shelly.
So you know the real Shelly.
And I was so glad when Verdine got the Grammy. They got a bunch of Grammys, but in one Grammy basket, they had LASIK surgery. And I hurried up and got it. I went and got it. So I don't need glasses anymore. But
I'm proud of you for that, girl. I am proud of you for that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we want to talk a little bit about you guys recording in Solomon's basement. I was real intrigued about was on Georgia Avenue.
Yes, that's where we rehearsed.
Yes. East New York, Brooklyn, Solomon's basement. His father was a preacher, and although they loved us to death, and they let us make all the noise that we needed to make. And the beauty of it was also all the neighborhood kids would be hanging out down there and watching us. And you know, even to this day, we'll go to different gigs and things, and somebody will come up to us and say, I used to go to the store for y'all when I was little.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, we sent him to the store.
And,
Wow.
and of course they're grown now, but we'd be like, "Oh my goodness, you remember that?" Because we were the big thing in the neighborhood, you know.
Absolutely.
And,
Right.
we loved it.
Yeah.
But my basement child, we had a many nights in that daggone thing.
And a many days of lips getting shocked on those microphones
Oh boy.
down there on that concrete.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
It'll
Well,
be shocked
the
to lips if you got
concrete, the
close.
Knock your lips right off your face.
Oh, man.
Ooh, I know.
Made
I
up better
remember that one.
But we saved a heck of a lot of money on rehearsal space. I tell you
That's
that.
right.
Sure did.
True indeed.
Yeah.
Well,
We'd go into a
and,
bigger, you know, when we would tour, we would go into a bigger place, you know, to rehearse when we were ready for tours. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it all happened down there in that basement.
Yeah, homegrown.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, in 1981, you guys decided that maybe your songs were a little too nice and needed some edge. So, is it true you guys started watching soap operas and somebody came?
Well, I've been watching soap operas since I was 9. My mother was
okay.
7, please.
Okay.
The
Mom always watched the soap opera.
Oh, yeah. Quiet Storm, As the World Turns, The Edge of Night. Come on.
Oh wow. Edge of Night. Yeah.
Some of those soap operas ain't even around anymore, the ones that we watched when we were little.
Yep,
Yep.
true.
Yes.
So, who wrote Call Me? Was that Randy?
That was Randy. That was Randy. You know, Randy, I have to give him so much credit when you look at his body of work,
Yes.
of all the songs that he's written. That Call Me really was just one of those things that I don't know what mindset he was in that made him come up with that. But I just still so clever. It is a clever song, despite the subject matter. You know, it's still done very much as a tongue-in-cheek type of a you know situation. Of course, people find themselves in those situations,
Right.
where you know somebody swoops in and is trying to take your man and all that. But I just thought it was clever.
Yeah.
It was such a clever song. That thing went to #1 so quick.
So quick.
Yes.
Not
It was
even
like it came out.
it came
And
out,
we got
and
the call
within
2 weeks later saying it was gold.
Wow.
Oh wow. Nice.
That's
I mean,
bad.
Nice.
came out
oh, but within 3 weeks we went running to Soul Train. We got a
Soul Train,
call
right.
from Don Cornelius's camp saying we want you guys out here week after next.
Yes.
And we hadn't even rehearsed the song yet.
Wow.
Scenes. We didn't have anything ready to go, so we like just jumped into this crazy rehearsal schedule to get the song ready for.
I think we had done some of the choreography. Oh, no, was that his too?
No, we hadn't done.
No, because and then I couldn't even go.
Really?
Oh wow.
Why?
Uh-oh.
I was pregnant with my daughter, and my doctor said, "Sit down."
Uh-oh.
So I didn't even do Call Me on Soul Train. I was replaced by this wonderful woman named Dorothy Bragg, and she just and I watched them on TV. I was in tears.
And that's when we got our go out.
I was in tears.
Yeah, that's when we got our go album on Soul Train.
You have a beautiful daughter.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Gift. You have. I don't want you to cry another tear over.
Oh no, my ace in the hole. She's my ace in the hole, and she's my
hair. She's
oh yeah,
the most amazing, wonderful person. She has been with us every step of the way in this journey.
Awesome.
Yes, she has.
Tell you what, you know, that child.
And needless to say, that took us on the biggest tour that we could have ever asked for with Kool and the Gang.
Wow.
Yeah,
Let's see.
and I got
There it
to
is,
do part
13
of that
months.
after.
Okay, but
After I handed her to her father, and I
Yeah.
said, "Okay, I gotta go."
Yeah, got to get back out
I
there.
gotta go.
Yeah, I had her in March. I was back
Well,
out, I think, in June. We did grad nights in California because I said, "Okay, y'all done every TV show. I'm going back." I told my husband, I said, "Look, I gotta go back to work because I'm about to go."
Yeah, you got to go back.
So
Yeah.
I mean, his mother was a nurse. My mother was here.
We want
And it was like him and his friends took care of her the whole, and his mom took care of her the whole 6 weeks I was gone. She was well taken care of.
Nice.
But she knows all the choreography to
Well-
every song we have ever done.
Mm.
Yes, she does. And she's helped make up some new steps to revamp some things. Her and my granddaughter have just like been so into helping us like freshen up some things. She's a Skyy baby.
Awesome.
Nice.
well, we want to play a little clip from #1 hit, Call Me.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Call
That was the
me.
last
Yeah,
time
yeah.
I got a chance to dance. Because I was 3 months pregnant with my daughter when we did that video.
Oh, okay.
And right after that, my doctor said, no.
Yeah.
Oh man.
She said, if you're going to go, and she told me, I told her about Soul Train, and I said, well, we're supposed to do Soul Train. She said, if you can go and sit on a stool and sing that song, that's fine. If you cannot sit on a stool, then you have to stay home.
Yeah, it's best
Oh
to,
boy.
it's tough, but it's best to
I
follow
was done.
those
But,
orders.
hey, listen, I have a
We
beautiful
said
daughter.
bye.
I know.
Yeah, it's all good. Yes, yes. Well, listen, guys. In 1985, South Soul Records folded, and you guys then signed with Capitol Records for a brief period.
Brief.
Yes. A very interesting
Very.
transition.
Can you walk us through that small transition?
And I would like to run through it, actually.
Well, we can run through it.
We're it's already gone. We're gone already.
We enjoyed the greatest part of our career with South Soul Records and our team. Because it was a small label, we knew everybody, right? And everybody knew us. And so there was this togetherness all the way in terms of our career, every step of the way in terms of our career. And then when they got their distribution deal with RCA, which is when Call Me and all of that came out, it catapulted our success to a great degree. And so we got really comfortable and used to that kind of attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we have not experienced that with any label since then. So Capitol, I don't think I met one human. Did we meet anybody?
No.
Did anyone ever come and introduce themselves? I don't know.
I recall.
Nobody at the label?
No.
Not that
I
I
couldn't
recall.
tell you one person that was in the Capitol Records camp.
Nope.
That's Wow.
Because the album just came out and there was
no promotion,
real support for it, no promotion.
Yeah, that was
What
A&R person, nothing.
behind the scenes, I don't know. We don't know. You know what I mean?
How did they communicate with you guys? Like through management?
Yeah,
Solomon and Randy, that was it.
Through Randy and so. Could somebody get this dog?
I got you. All right. So then, but
Zeus.
So
Then he'll be talking to you next.
Yeah. So after Capitol, then you guys took a 3-year hiatus and came back with Atlantic Records. Correct?
Yes. Yeah. And that was like a whole nother. That was a different feel because we did initially have our good friend, who's still our good friend to this day, Kevin Woodley, was there, and we also got into Atlantic when Sylvia Roan was rising up into the ranks. You know what I'm saying?
Sylvia and Timo Doe.
Yeah.
And she looked. They looked out very much so for us in that, you know. And that respect. We knew who they were.
Right.
They knew who we were. Right. And they worked with us very well. And that was an album that we recorded it and went right back out on the road. Very surprised that
Timo and Sylvia were really very tight with us.
And then, hits started coming out. And we were back out on the road again after like 2 years, 2 or 3 years.
And speaking of the hits, one of those was "Start of a Romance." Which went to #1 on the R&B charts.
Correct.
Yes. Thanks.
And one of my favorite videos.
Our drummer wrote that song.
And then Real Love.
Yeah.
Nice,
But before we get to Real Love, we got to play a video of "Start of a Romance."
Of course you do.
My favorite
video.
Favorite video.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
nice.
I thought you were gonna play the one that we did for the song, because that was a video.
Oh, okay.
You know what? When you look at when I look at some of the videos that early videos, early shows, it warms my heart because you can see our progression.
Absolutely.
And how good we got. And I think that's what's most important. That even our vocals, we listen to our early stuff and then listen as time goes on, and I'm just so glad that we were able to get better and better.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That is.
Dolores, you were beginning to mention Real Love. You guys slowed it down a little bit on that one.
Oh yeah, no. Bonnie mentioned Real Love. Yeah, that was.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I
That's
thought
okay. We sound alike sometimes.
Nah.
There's a lot of people.
And Bonnie has got me in trouble a couple of times with my husband saying things.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're sisters anyway, right?
That's right. It's very odd. I mean, that people do not realize that we had a plethora of slow tunes
Okay.
because Solomon was a ballad writer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you go back and listen to some of our old albums, every slow tune on there Solomon wrote.
He wrote that. Okay.
And we've had some great ballads, but we weren't known for them.
Got you.
Really until we had one previous, which was When You Touch Me, and then Real Love, and Solomon wrote them both.
Got you. Okay. And Real Love was
a
also
ballad writer.
Got you. And Real Love was also a crossover pop hit for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it looks like that too was performed on Soul Train.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So we got
finally made it to Soul Train, y'all.
Yeah, I know. Well, listen, we're gonna play that video real quick for you guys. Real Love.
Darling, you know it's hard for me sometimes to put my feelings into words. And I know because of all the hurt in my past, I tend to shy away from emotional commitment. But what I feel for you is so real and so strong. I couldn't walk away even if I wanted to. So baby, I'm yours.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like dancing.
Love that.
Go ahead.
I feel like dancing.
Love that.
You know what? But I can hear the difference. At this time, it seems like technology and drum machines were starting to come into play.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You're right.
So how'd you guys? I mean, they were not using live musicians and just drum machines and synths and stuff like that, because I just heard that was a synth bass. No bass on that, just synth.
Let me tell you, they wound
how did that
up,
affect you guys?
Let me tell you,
it affected us deeply
in a negative way.
And affected the gentleman in the band more so, because at this point now the producers were just coming in there and just doing everything themselves. I mean, it got to the point where actually our bass player Gerald had to learn how to play synth bass.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I believe that.
Songs on, live for performances.
Right.
And of course the keyboard ruled. You know what I'm saying? Everything was basically keyboard heavy. You know what I mean? So I think for the guys, it was disheartening. That they were not being used as much in the studio. as they have been in previous years. Because if you listen to all the early stuff, you know, there's nothing like Brookie's guitar, Gerald's bass, you know, Tommy's
right.
Yeah.
Right. But and also going in to the studio, I remember the three of us going into the studio to do the vocals, and we couldn't feel it at first.
Yeah.
On
you
Real
know
Love?
what I'm saying? We weren't feeling the music because it was computerized. And so it was very hard for us. I remember when we first went in to do the vocals on Real Love and Started Romance, it took us a while. We were like in the twilight zone because we weren't feeling the music. And it was such a difference. It was such a difference.
Right. See, it was a coldness to that. It was sterile.
Yes.
Yes.
You didn't have the warmth from the musicians.
Right.
And it affected everybody in that time period. You know, because hey, I play sax. I didn't get any more jobs because it was all sad.
Yeah.
You know, so
you're right, Ken. It does not have the warmth that the musician itself can bring it out to you. Because there's nothing like a nice warm saxophone. I can't. You know.
And you know what? The other thing, when you have a live musician playing, they get caught up in the moment.
It's a spiritual thing.
That's right.
Exactly.
There's a turnaround in Here's to You that Gerald does on the bass. That he just felt that moment.
Right in that moment.
You know, we actually get into a different step when we do that. But you're not going to get that from a synthesizer, man. It's just going to play exactly what it's going to play.
The human element is missing.
Exactly.
So we can say that in 1993 you guys disbanded.
Yeah. We didn't quite know what the heck was going on.
We didn't know what hit us.
We just, you know, we had kind of let Randy and Saul do everything. You know, we came in and did what we do, which is sing and perform. And so we tried to, you know, they were the guys that were handling all the business aspects of things. And so we just knew that we were going to just get another record deal. I mean, we hadn't even thought twice about not carrying on, you know. And then it was just like, well, also the face of music changed. Hip hop was ruling. At this point, we were like, it was a point where the hip hop acts were opening for us. Now we were opening for the hip hop acts. Believe it or not. We did a lot of shows where we opened for like New Edition. You know what I'm saying? All the kids coming up, you know.
Sugar Hill, Grandmaster Flash. We were on Sequence. We were on tour with them.
With Curtis Blow and
you know.
Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, and you know, we did a lot of shows with these rappers, and then all of a sudden now we're opening for them. We were like, music took a different turn, and it was the turn that we weren't willing to turn.
So in 1996, the Dunning sisters emerged as Ladies of Skyy, and you've been performing all over the world. So tell me, you guys were performing in Germany, Italy, Holland, Japan, Africa, Bahamas, and our special place, the UK.
Well, that's when we were Skyy. When we became Ladies of Skyy, I think we did Nigeria.
We did Nigeria a couple of times. We did France. Germany. We were very fortunate that we are the signature voices on the. They couldn't synthesize our voices.
That's true.
No way.
They couldn't do that. We're true. You know, the voices are true to the sound. So the guys were kind enough to let us have the tracks, and you know, we just ran with it because they were still playing our music. You know, why not? And I mean, it's just easy for us, as you can see, as sisters. This is easy as pie for us. You know, we love what we do. and we just keeping it going. We just keeping it going.
Well, while you were still Skyy, you guys did a little thing on American Bandstand, and we got a little clip of that.
I wasn't there either.
Yeah.
No tears.
Well, they get the message. They get the message. I don't know what it is you do to people. Somehow or other. I don't think they liked you. Would you please do me a favor, introduce me to the lady on your right?
Denise Crawford.
Denise, nice to have you here.
Gerald Labo on bass.
How do you do, sir? All the way in the back here. Wait a minute.
Tommy McConnell on drum.
Tommy, nice to have you with us. We'll skip down this line right here with this lady right here.
Dorothea Bragg.
Dorothea, nice to have you with us.
Bonnie Dunning.
Bonnie, it's a pleasure.
Guitar, Butch Sierra.
And on keyboard.
Keyboards, Wayne Willens.
Wayne, nice to have you with us. Now, this is not a Dunning sister. What happened here?
Well, the other Dunning sister's having a baby, so I'm filling in.
Reasonably good excuse.
Yes, the Dunning sister who's on maternity leave is Dolores Dunning Milligan.
We send her our very best.
Yay!
Yeah.
And he was the only one that acknowledged that I wasn't there. I so appreciated that because I watched that one on TV and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you know what? I look at these shows and and what have you, like American Bandstand. That was I mean, Soul Train. It was a great privilege to be on Soul Train, but we grew up with American Bandstand.
Yeah.
And to see him every Saturday, everybody doing the walk on American Bandstand, and then to appear on American Bandstand.
And to get that reaction,
kind
of like, oh my goodness,
for real, huh?
We are really like we're on top here. You know what I mean? This is we're real artists.
Really
now, you know?
That was incredible.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I had the best pleasure of sitting down the other night and watching your segment Unsung, and I think my two co-hosts watched it too. Midas and you guys watched?
Sure did.
Yep. Great. It was great, right? We learned so much about you guys. That was mostly filmed in New York, where you're from. Tell us how that came about.
Oh,
well, my goodness, Austin, our manager, my husband, was working for a couple of years to try to get us on the Unsung. And I don't know.
Along with Dwayne and them as well, right?
Yes. Our stylists had a couple of connections as well, but fortunately, they decided that we were worthy enough to be considered among that unsung title, and it was very surprising to us how it all turned out, because everybody is, of course, interviewed separately.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know
what the other person is going to say.
And how did they say it, and they may have asked questions to kind of lead certain things down a certain path. But I think what we appreciated the most was how they really helped us to brand the Ladies of Skyy with Skyy. I mean, one of the interesting things when we first came out as Ladies of Skyy, it took a long time for people to catch on as to who we really were. Okay. It was a constant, like almost pulling of teeth. Well, we're the Ladies of Skyy. Well, why don't you call yourself Skyy? Well, we're not Skyy. And we promised the band that we would never, ever, call ourselves Skyy, because the band is Skyy.
Right.
So I felt that Unsung episode really tied everything together. If you didn't realize who we were or who we are, you see we are the original three female vocalist of the group Skyy.
Yes.
And we're carrying on the legacy of the music. Right. And they surprised us with the whole show. I kept saying I had to go get some popcorn to watch it. I was like, what happened next?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's such a good response from it, because people said that was one of the only ones that they watched that there was no real drama.
Right, and that's a good thing.
True. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Nobody was.
We want to encourage you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we decided we weren't gonna. There was no throwing.
There was no drama
under the bus. It was about telling the true story of how we felt about our journey.
Right.
And certain things don't need to be said because that was in the past.
Right.
Let us move on to what the legacy of Skyy, to Ladies of Skyy really, really was. And we had a good time being who we were and still having a good time who we are.
All right, now.
That's right. Well, we're gonna show a little clip of that segment of the trailer, but we want to encourage everybody out there to watch this, the full length. Okay, and now we're gonna show a little a clip of Unsung.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Ladies of Skyy.
This is funky. Who is this?
Skyy songs were about dancing.
It was liberating because women no longer had to wait. They were making the first move.
There was a lot of pressure on us to change our sound.
What they did best went out of style.
And then to find out we're not recording. Is that it?
Skyy on an all-new Unsung. Sunday at 10 on TV One.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, go make sure sometime over the weekend you go over to TV One and check that out. You will not be disappointed.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
No, you won't be disappointed.
The story of our lives. I was like sitting there, like Denise said, I need popcorn.
Yeah, I was eating something while I was watching it the other night. It's only right.
I recorded that whole season, so I can go back. I mean, there was some that I deleted, so I have it on DVR, so I can go back and watch it whenever I want.
Yeah. Now listen, I haven't had a chance to see you guys live. Tell me and the viewers at home what they can expect at one of you guys' live shows.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have to tell you that we still can move, my dear.
Okay.
As Bonnie says, we get the oil cans out.
We get oiled up. You get oiled up, and then but that's who we are.
Well, because we come from the old school of performers, right? You didn't come to do all the work. We don't have the audience singing the whole daggone song, even though the audience winds up singing along anyway.
Of course.
But we still put on a really great vocal performance as well as a visual performance. One of our, I think, best accomplishments was when we did New York City Summer Stage, and we actually brought my sister Dolores's daughter and granddaughter. We had dancers, we brought them on as extra dancers, and we put on quite the show. People were very, very surprised to see that these three ladies can still shake a leg here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll have to tell Austin to make sure he sends you a clip of some of the stuff that that we've done.
Oh yeah,
you can see how we get down.
I think
shorts.
I think we may have a clip we could play.
Y'all are fully surprised.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the Ladies of Skyy.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
All right. So I see what we can.
That's why I said we got to get oiled up.
Yeah.
And then after you get home, I be saying, honey, could you get that done again?
Yeah,
that was fantastic. I tell you.
Yeah, recovery is
Listen,
a must.
guys, I saw on the comments, I've been going back and forth from the private chat to the comments, and there was someone named KP that says, I'm ready for them to have their own YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's my friend KP.
And I think, don't we have our own YouTube channel, Denise?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's
actually do.
because I can't answer KP. Y'all need to answer him and say, oh yeah, they do.
We're gonna get into all you guys' links and everything here soon.
Okay.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah, hang tight, KP. Yeah. So okay. So what current projects are you guys working on?
Oh my goodness. So we're doing a lot of fun things. We're working on putting together a video that we plan to show at some point, either on a pay-per-view type situation. We kind of wanted to wait until we see how this oil pans out. You know, a lot of people have tried to do these live shows, and they haven't worked out quite the way they've planned.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So some stuff hasn't worked out the way they planned it, and you know, people just had to get the technology together. You know, they had to figure out what's going to work best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've been recording actually since the beginning of the summer, and we just did the last piece of it 2 weeks ago. We're also doing a video of When You Touch Me. No one's ever done a video of their old song, so I think it's a kind of a first.
Yeah.
So we should be releasing that shortly. We're also working with a couple of producers. We've got a good friend, Michael Black, who's putting a song together for us. And we're also working with a group of French producers. You know, the French love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They love
black funk music.
All right.
And I just love the way they emulate it. You know, it's not quite the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Their own interpretation.
Soul and heart is in it.
Yeah. They worship the funk.
Right.
That's it. They absolutely do, Ken. You're so right. So we're working with another group of producers, you know, on another song as well. So we're just taking our time. You know, there's no rush. There's no rush. There's no rush. We got enough of time to make sure we.
That's right. You know what? That's what we do. When we do something, we all we have our input. And then we take our time to see what works best.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got
we don't want to put half out. We want to put it all out.
Yeah.
Right.
And we've assembled a great media team. Media, media. We've assembled a great bunch of guys who creatively have moved us forward, you know, to the 21st century. I mean, really, because they have all these ideas and concepts in mind for us, and you know, we're just kind of riding that wave right now. You know what I mean? So
and
it's done and ready to go. You guys will be first to know.
Please tell us. Let us know. Give us the exclusive right here. And you also have let's see, something coming up with Virtualtainment this Sunday.
Yes.
Featuring, with other artists around the world. Yes.
Apparently, we're still very well respected in the hip hop community. We're so happy.
I'm sure you guys have been sampled from too as well. I'm sure.
Yeah. We're really happy to still be relevant to young people. You know, they're listening. Well, what do they say to us? Mama used to play that song. I didn't know you guys are still performing, you know, so we're just really, really happy that, I guess it's because everybody has to stand still.
That's true.
Now you have no choice but to listen to what's out there, you know, and then it'll catch your mind. It's like those two young guys that are always listening to the two twins. You see these little black guys, young black guys that listen.
Yeah, those twins.
That's what I'm talking about, Shelly.
This is
they were.
Yeah, because they gotta be still.
I see. Okay. I know who y'all talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a challenge. The reaction.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah.
So now they gotta be still. Everybody gotta be still, which means you gotta listen to what's been out there. Okay.
Right. Very true. Very true. And we do have a video in regards to your upcoming performance this Sunday with Virtual Tainment.
Oh,
I'm glad you did.
Baby, you know I'm feeling you, 'cause you do something to me. And boy, you know it's true. Boy, I'm hoping you the one to hear my line, 'cause I just wanna talk about what's on your mind.
There's no time to hesitate, let it happen naturally. When you're with me, enjoy yourself.
What are your intentions? Oh, we have no connection no more. We argue, then you hit the door. So what you stay for? These red flags are usually ignored. My senses have now been restored.
Think I'll just take shit from you. No, this ain't reacting. They say we both know the truth. You're making a mess of me.
My weight up, your hate up, I'm straight up falling. Stack up the money is piling. You can tell by the way I be styling. You not in my bracket, they cut all a racket. The guns with the cash and the drugs in the mattress. I come from a place anybody could catch it, but never leave home without having your rat.
So you're searching for someone new, someone to hold you tight, someone to treat you right. Though your girlfriend's a friend of mine, here's my number.
You listen to the universe, look at the signs, so do I, you pretty thing. I move with the water, the wind and trees, baby please, say you'll be mine. Wise with your words, wrap me up around your heart.
Yes. Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, y'all go to virtualtainmentmusicfest.com. That's this Sunday, 4:00 p.m. And I think that's going to be Eastern Standard Time, correct? Yes.
So.
All right, great.
Yes,
great.
I believe
Folks
so.
at home, check that out. I'll be there.
Yep.
Cool.
Hey, right quick. We want to take a minute to acknowledge some of the awards that you ladies have received.
Oh.
The Vinyl Award.
Mario.
Yeah, like
Vinyl.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
Wow.
Black History Month.
Yeah.
You see that at Kelsey's?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. The Global Entertainment Media Award, the Golden Decade of Disco Divas.
Yes.
Can you talk about that for a second?
Oh, well, my goodness. So the Global Entertainment Media Awards, we were really very proud. I think that was like one of the first awards.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were an organization that really was trying to put women artists at the forefront. So many women artists were, have gone unrecognized really in terms of getting awards, receiving awards. You know what I'm saying? And I think who else were some of the artists that we
Evelyn Champagne.
Okay.
Warren. Carol Williams.
Carol
Douglas. The Shirelles.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
There's a whole host of women.
Yeah.
First
Right.
Choice.
Yeah, First
Melba
Choice.
Moore.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We had Melba on a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Melba. There was a host
She's a dear
of
heart.
Girl.
Yeah,
we were very pleased to have even been in the same room with all them ladies. So they're idols of ours. We We really, really love all of those women. So they had put together these really great concerts. I think the first one was in Delaware. And I'm just sorry that the whole organization sort of fell by the wayside a bit, because they had a fantastic concept in terms of bringing together female artists. If you notice, even when the shows were going on, they're very male heavy. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm just passing out sour grapes here, but let's call it like it is, Shelly. Let's call it like it is.
I get it.
Seems as if many of these promoters do not recognize the richness of the female talent, and they tend
and the power that they carry.
And
there you go. There you go.
The box office power that they carry, and they tend to really do these male heavy shows. I mean, we've had a heck of a time sometimes just getting on some of these shows. They may have, we always see our sisters, the Emotions. They'll have, especially when they do the 70s shows.
Right.
Like 8 male groups.
Yeah. One female. Okay. All right. So let me ask you about the National Rhythm and Blues Music Society Award, headed up by Vanessa Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Vanessa.
Let me take
shout out to Vanessa.
She's a friend of the show.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Listen.
And she's such a sweetheart.
She is the most amazing woman who has done so much to preserve the legacy of old school legendary music artists. I mean, we have listen. We've been little groupies at all of the because all of the artists that she usually has. My famous story is when I first met Cliff Perkins of Soul Generation, and I met him at one of Vanessa's events, and Vaughn Harper, may he rest in peace, introduced me to him. And I was like, oh, that's nice. Hi, nice to meet you. And then he got up there and started singing If I Had $1 Million, and I almost lost my mind.
Okay.
So nice. I really appreciate that Vanessa is keeping music alive and to the forefront. And she does a classy event. I'm only sorry that we weren't able to have any of the barbecue, Bonnie. What else, Bonnie?
And she usually has a gala every year where she honors different artists. Last year it was Bloodstone. She honored Shirley Jones.
Okay,
absolutely.
She just honors a lot of legendary, iconic musicians and singers, and she had a plethora. I forgot who was supposed to be honored, but it's usually in September.
Okay.
And it's a classy,
in June, she always has an all-white party.
It's a classy affair, and it's just sad that we got hit with this.
Because there's no picnic, no all-white party, no gathering.
Right. No barbecue,
Well, our host, our co-host, Shelly, Honeycomb was a part of that at one time, right?
Yes. Shout out to Vanessa. We thank you.
Yeah.
She flew us all in there to Philadelphia. And what?
We didn't Shelly. I'm feeling some kind of way.
Yeah. Well, that's all right.
It's a great affair.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's for sure.
All right. So here it is. This is the part of our show we call Shining Star Shout Out.
Shining Star.
And this is where we take some questions now from the audience. You guys ready?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, type your
one
questions
second.
in.
Yeah, get your questions
Get your
ready.
questions ready.
All right, here's the first one. This is from one of our favorite, Tazzy Hawthorne.
All right,
Man.
Tazzy.
Yeah, man, I miss the funky music. You ladies are legends.
Oh,
thank
you, Tazzy. We really appreciate that you look at us in that fashion, girl. We're gonna just keep standing. I promise you that as long as we, got breath in our body, we're gonna still continue to do what we love. We promise you. And we can't wait to get back out there to various cities and start seeing bands. You know what I mean? Because we miss them. We really do.
Right.
Yeah.
Understandable. Miss Joyce Jacobs, who assists us when we're out on the road with the chairman of the board, handling all the merchandise, mom to the band and all of that. Hey, Joyce, she says, love these ladies' music, especially in my Daddy-O's disco days.
All right now.
Daddy-O.
Daddy-O.
Yeah.
And nothing like a
I
disco.
like her. She went right to the Daddy-O.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes. All right.
Oh.
Girl.
All right, Kate.
All right.
You ready, Bonnie?
We're ready.
Shelly,
Call
you got
me
that one?
if you need someone to talk to. Call me. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Yeah.
If you need someone to talk to,
call me.
Yeah.
Call me.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And you guys are three different places too, right?
All right. Well, here's that's good for in 3 different places.
Yeah.
So here's my partner, Miss Debbie McFadden. She heads up. She's also Clyde McFadden's daughter. You guys familiar with Clyde McFadden?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's the Deborah McFadden. She's the chairman of the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame. Her and I sit on the board of directors. So she says, "Hello, gang. Debbie's here with the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame."
Yeah.
Hey,
Debbie.
Can't wait to get down there, girl. As soon as this is over,
Come on
we
through.
want to be first.
Come on through.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Michael, Mr. Excitement.
Like we don't know him forever and a day.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere.
He says, hi, ladies. Were you ladies more excited to perform on Soul Train or American Bandstand?
Hey, I you know what? I have to say I was equally excited for both because who didn't want to meet Don Cornelius?
Yeah.
That's right.
and you know, you had to meet those iconic guys. I mean, come on.
That's right.
The iconic Dick Clark.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Michael also put on a fantastic show.
Yes.
The Legends of Disco with us.
Ken Murphy.
First Choice, Double Exposure, Melba Moore. Fantastic show.
Yeah.
Great promoter, sweetheart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
Hi,
Rhonda says, good evening from Tampa.
I hope the weather's good down there, girl. I hope the weather is good.
I tell you.
It is
Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa.
That's Vanessa.
Miss you, Vanessa. Miss you.
Awesome.
And it says girl, and I ain't mad at you, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Questions,
we have any more questions?
Folks? Questions?
Thank you, Donna.
Miss Donna Isley Hill. Thanks for
Now let me tell you about Miss Donna Hill.
Hill.
She followed us all the way over to the UK.
Wow.
From she's a fan here from of Chairmen of the Boards, and we look up. She's at the venue.
My kind of girl.
So now she's a fan of Ladies of Skyy.
Yeah, that's great.
Wonderful.
Keep them coming. We can always use our fans.
Appreciate that so much.
Hey, Linda from England.
Hi. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't wait to get back over there to the UK.
Oh, fish and chips.
Yeah.
Fish and chips. Say it again, Dolores.
Hey, I love the fish and chips over there.
Yes,
me too.
Ken, they know how to make that codfish that crispy.
Oh my God.
Perfectly crispy, nice big fluffy piece of cod.
Right.
You guys making me hungry.
It's a big fat French fry.
Hey, Denise, we haven't had dinner yet.
And it's not greasy.
You're making us hungry. Hey, Ken, we're gonna proceed.
Good. Say what now, Midas?
We're gonna go ahead and proceed to the social media links. I got
all right, go ahead.
The word from the background there. Yeah. So where can our viewers at home find you guys as far as your social media presence, your internet presence, or what?
Well, on Facebook, Ladies of Skyy .com. There we go. Facebook.com, Ladies of Skyy. Very good. We also have a Ladies of Skyy group, which we love to have folks, make their little comments. On Instagram, I think it's the official. Oh, I'm not doing too bad on this.
Yeah.
The official Ladies of Skyy.
Which I'm following. And Facebook, I'm following those.
Yes, very good. And we also have our, what's the other one? Twitter. Do we have a Twitter? Say that again, buddy.
Yeah,
and then there's EPK.
Okay, yeah.
www.ladiesofskyepk.com. And that's where you can see all of, our history and where we've come from and where we're going.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I have to say one thing for just 1 second. This is very important. Tell us about the kazoos.
Oh, well. Austin, I need a kazoo.
Because one of our friends of the show, her name is Melissa. She wanted to know about the kazoos.
Okay, so.
Oh, there it is right there.
That's right.
You just get it in the frame.
Move it over a little, DT. No.
It's opposite. Yeah, it's opposites.
I'll never get it. I'll never get it right. I'll never get it right.
There you go.
Okay, so that is a kazoo. Well, we have a song called Sky Zoo, which Saul came up with because one day we were in the basement fooling around. We were actually blowing in bottles at first. And then he's like, wow, what are we going to do? How are we going to make this song come off? And so he came up with the song Sky Zoo. And it is one of the, believe it or not, more popular songs that we are the only R&B group that uses a kazoo, number one. And number two, we still get the kazoos from the same company that we used to get the kazoos from back in the 70s.
Only they're plastic now. Back in the day, they were metal.
Kazoobie.
Oh, they were metal?
Yeah, listen, they make, go on Kazoobie Kazoo and you'll see kazoos like you can't imagine.
Wow, Kazoobie Kazoo. Right.
We just chose to use the plastic ones.
Wow.
Let me get my kazoo.
You better get it.
Nice.
So Austin sends everybody their kazoos. And actually, that's something else that, you just reminded me that we're trying to do. We're trying to do the largest kazoo band online.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring y'all up to speed on that. And expect to see everybody participating, okay?
Tell Denise's husband to stop texting me.
And
yeah, he's texting me too.
Is it about time to wrap up? Are we taking too long?
Oh, and then about our
all right, we do have the YouTube channel.
A couple of announcements.
We'll get to it. We'll get back to it.
All right, YouTube channel. Right.
Yeah, the YouTube channel, real quick. What is that?
Ladies of Skyy.
Ladies of Skyy. Okay.
Very simple.
Google Ladies of Skyy and all kinds of stuff will come up. You know what I'm saying? The shows that we've done and everything comes up when you put in Ladies of Skyy. We finally populated the internet enough that folks know who we are.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, Shelly. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. It's okay. We're good. We just have a couple of announcements. One is that we will not be airing our regular scheduled show next week due to Thanksgiving, of course.
Yeah.
But don't worry, yay. Don't worry, we'll be right back the following Thursday, which is December 3rd, when our guest will be legendary vocalist, producer, songwriter, Grammy winner, Howard Hewitt, with the Grammy-winning group.
That's our favorite love.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, nice.
Yes. Yeah.
That's our dude right there. That's our dude right there.
Yeah, we've been in so many shows with him. Even after Dalamar. Oh yeah, he's
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
he's
How
a
are you
wonderful
doing?
soul.
Awesome.
And those ballads, and amen. Oh my God.
Oh.
But until then, we wish everyone a wonderful, safe, happy holiday. And speaking of safe, we want everyone to stay safe and look great, because we want to remind you about the beautiful protective masks that we have for sale, which is a Chairmen of the Board.
Yeah.
In white and
Well,
black
that's
glitter.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, those are very nice.
Oh, I want one.
Very
All
nice.
right.
We have
We getting glasses.
We
We
have the-
getting cups. We getting masks.
Yeah.
And
they're getting kazoos and buttons.
But giveaways.
I trade away.
giveaways, right?
Yeah.
And we have the very colorful Verdine White Earth, Wind, and Fire mask.
Woo!
All right.
Available
Yes.
on Shining Stars Facebook, Shining Stars Jewelry and Accessories on Facebook. That's Stars with a Z. Okay, all right now. Also, our last announcement is that a lot of you know our producer, Tazz Cole. But what you may not know is that, well, you ladies know now, that Tazz heads up one of the largest animal rescue groups in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yep.
And she has prepared a little PSA to show us about the little fur babies in need. So watch this. We're looking for adoptions, donations, anything of that sort. And now a word from Forever, F-U-R, Angels,
Aww.
Animal Rescue.
I like it.
What is
Right?
I was born in a back alley about a year ago. My mama was a stray like me. Where she is now, I don't know. I've been chased and I've been yelled at. I've lived most my life in fear. But you can call me lucky, since I wound up here. Choose me. I'm a good dog, I don't bite, and I'd love to fall asleep beside your bed every night. Choose me. I'm looking for a home, and I'll be the best friend you've ever known. Wait and see. Choose me. Well, I was cold and wet and hungry. I was living on the street. I had to go through garbage cans just to find a bite to eat. Then one day a man caught me. I admit I was afraid. But they cleaned me up and fed me. Then they put me in this cage. Choose me. I'm a good dog, I don't bite, and I'd love to fall asleep beside your bed every night. Choose me. I'm looking for a home, and I'll be the best friend you've ever known. Wait and see. Choose me. People come, people go, and I hope you're the one who just can't say no. Take me home, or won't you please choose me?
Aww.
Yes, yes.
That was amazing.
Great.
Terrific
Great. That was
PSA.
great.
Yes, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen at home, definitely, if you feel moved, definitely support the Forever Angels Animal Rescue. That was an awesome PSA. Well, it's almost time to wrap up, ladies. We appreciate you guys so much for coming on. Real quick,
We had a great time.
yeah, and
Glad.
To our viewers at home, please do not forget to go over to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel at the official Chairman of the Board. Once you subscribe, each week our episodes will come directly to your home page on your YouTube home screen, and you don't have to do any work, any effort. You can watch the show and enjoy it with your friends, no problems at all.
Watch party.
Yes, and one final reminder, like Shelly said a few moments ago, we will not be airing next week. We're going to take a week off to, I guess, eat some turkey.
Feed your faces.
Yeah.
Get
a little relaxation in and enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday. And I'm sure you guys at home will be doing the same thing. So we want you to have a safe and happy holiday. Want to say thank you to all of our viewers, nationally and internationally, for your support. We realized we could not do this without you guys tuning in every week, and we appreciate you so much. As I said a while ago, you guys are the fuel to our vehicle, so we appreciate it. And we just want to remind everyone to continue to stay safe. The pandemic is still going on, and from what I hear, it's supposed to be ramping back up a little bit, another little wave of that. So continue to follow those guidelines, continue to wear your mask when you're out in public, continue to practice social distancing, continue to wash your hands and sanitize, and don't be going a whole lot of places. Keep your comings and goings to a bare minimum. Only do what's necessary. And any closing words from our guests as well as co-hosts?
Wow, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we want to thank you guys and Tazz and Ken and Shelly and my. Thank you so much for having us. We really enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah, this was fun.
Awesome. Been a pleasure.
Yeah. You have to realize that we're big fans of you guys as well, and so this is always a joy. Like I said, I'm a little groupie. When I meet people
it's all good.
Yeah. But you know what?
When I meet people whose music I love, man, I just kind of lose it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it is such a pleasure to be with you guys today, and thank you so very, very much.
Thank you.
All right, Denise, Dolores, Bonnie, and we can't forget Austin.
Yeah.
Don't forget Austin.
Thanks, Austin, for getting it all hooked up.
Yeah, shout out to Austin.
Shout out to Austin. You know, and this was a great show for us because, like you said, we're all musicians. We're all in the entertainment business, and I ain't got a hat on, but my hat's off to you girls.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Shelly, any closing words?
We really enjoyed you guys. Are my heroes, and all I can say is everything Ken said. What Ken said. Exactly.
Cool deal.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Can't wait to get to see you guys in person, man. This thing opens up, we're gonna be just in a little bus going everywhere. I'm telling you.
There you go. There you go.
Let's do it. All right. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen at home, thank you one final time. We will see you the week after next with legendary Howard Hewitt. You guys be safe. Enjoy your holiday. God bless you. Good night. Peace, love. We out of here.
Okay.
Good night.
Stay on, ladies. Good night.